Hello, my name is David Ellis, and today we're going to do another video in the NetAdmin video series. Today's video is going to be on Brocade Network Advisor, or BNA as I'll refer to it through the video. So after you do your installation of BNA, you'll open the client and you'll be presented with the dashboard. And by default, these are the dashboards that BNA provides. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. I like to actually create my own, but before we do that, we actually need to discover some products. So right now we're on the dashboard tab. I have a SAN tab and an IP tab because Brocade Network Advisor will manage our SAN products as well as our IP products. So if you have IP only, you will have just the IP tab. So we're going to go to the IP tab. And here, just a little quick introduction. So this is your area where all your products will be displayed. If you have product groups created, they'll be displayed here. Down here, this is your master log for BNA. So in here is all your sys logs, all your event logs, and all the logs that are collected by Brocade Network Advisor itself. So anything that happens to a device shows up in here. So this is a quick and easy way to kind of see what's going on in your network. If you need to, you can freeze the log over here, and you can actually acknowledge events, and you can filter for events. So it's a pretty good place to for a quick and easy look and see what's going on. Alright, so we've got to discover some devices. So we're going to go up here to our toolbar, and we're going to click on Discover and IP Products. So as you'll see, we have no products. But the first thing we have to do is we have to actually input our settings. So we're going to go to Global Settings here. And in here is where we can actually put in our community strings and information. So if you're using SNMP v1 or v2, your community strings will go down here. You'll give it a label, which is just a text label. It'll show up over here to define that community string. And then actually right here, you will put that community string in there. So we're going to use SNMP v3. Can't type today. I'm going to give it a username. My username is BNA. I'm actually using SHA. And I give it my authentication password. I'm using AES as my privilege. Now I give it my privilege password, and then I have to move it over here to the right. And once I do that, once I've moved everything to the right, either here or here, I need to go up here and apply. Now the next thing I need to add in here are my default passwords. So the very first one is at your login prompt, you need your username and password. You also need to hit the drop down, and you need to add your super user password. Move that over. You need to apply this as well. Alright, once you've done that, your OID filters. So if you're going to discover devices other than Brocade products, which you can do, you need to check this box that says Discover Third-Party Products. And then you'll need to define the OID filters, which these are the SNMP MIB strings that you will allow to be imported into BNA. So by default, they put Cisco and Juniper in here. So I have a Cisco switch, so I'm going to move that over. And then we'll need to add some if you have devices other than Cisco or Juniper, and I'll show you how to do that in a little while when I try to add some other switches that I have in my network. We're going to apply that. You have preferences. I usually don't mess with these. So you also have profiles. So for your discovery, you can do a manual discovery, which is over here on the Discover tab, where you put in one IP address at a time, and you hit Discover. That's what we're going to do. You can also build profiles. So there's a default profile that you can use, or you can actually create your own profile. But that profile gives you the ability to scan an entire subnet, scan a CIDR subnet, a regular subnet, an IP address range. So it gives you some different options. It'll also do a ping sweep before to make sure that that device is active. You can schedule that discovery. So if you wanted to, so say you wanted to set BNA up before you actually did the installation at an enterprise or a school district or something, and you want to go ahead and get this set up and make it run every night. So through the day, as you're installing switches at night, BNA runs a discovery and those switches automatically get populated into BNA. So that's an option as well. Like I said, we're going to do a manual discovery. We're just going to do one at a time since we only have a few switches. So I'm going to go to the Discover tab. I'm going to click Add. My IP address to my first switch, and I'm going to use the strings that we just configured. If you had different ones, you can actually select here and add them in, and they'll be checked as well. So we click OK, and it's going to go out and begin discovery, and it discovered our product. So now we have a product here. We're going to go ahead and add a couple more switches. Alright, now that I've got my Brocade switches added, I'm going to go in here and add a Cisco device. I have a Cisco Catalyst switch in my network. I want to go ahead and add it so you can see the addition of third-party devices. And my Cisco switch is now added. So now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to try to add, I have a Nortel device, or an Avaya as they are now. I'm going to try to add this device as well. We're going to see what happens because I don't have an OID filter for this device. Alright, so this tells me that I don't have an OID filter for this device. So I need to add it. Alright, so to add this OID filter, cancel out of here. I need to go back to my global settings. I go to my OID filters, and I'm just going to select somebody. Change this to Nortel. And then my OID filter, if you'll notice, a lot of this is the same. So 13614 1, and this ends in the 9. So I need to change that to 45 and apply that. I'm going to try to add it again. Alright, so now we have our device discovered successfully. So now that we have some devices in here, we can close out of here. You can see all of your devices now are populated here in the products. So now let's just go ahead and create us a dashboard. So I went back to the dashboard tab, and as you see now, information is starting to be populated in here. I want to go to click on my dashboard right here, and I'm going to go down here and click Add. You need to give it a name. You can give it a description if you want to. You can copy active widgets into there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do all of mine from scratch. So we'll click OK. And now I have a blank dashboard. So to add widgets, if you go up here in the top left-hand corner to this little wrench in front of the squares here, and click that, and it'll bring up your customized dashboard window here. So you have the option for status widgets, and you have an option for performance widgets, and you can also create your own widget, and we'll see that in just a second. So for status widgets, I want my IP status, I'll take IP inventory, I'll take events. I think that's about all for that one. So for performance, I'm going to do memory, CPU, temperature, port utilization, and I'm going to add a widget, and I'm going to add for SFlow. And for my targets, I'm going to add a 6610 that I have here. I have SFlow configured on it. You have to give it a name. You can click OK. So now I have a custom widget down here at the bottom. I can say OK. And now my widgets are populating onto my dashboard. And some of the widgets take a little bit to actually gather some information. So they'll come up here in just a little bit. You can take and move these widgets around however you want to on the window. So this right here gives you a basic how to get started with BNA. It shows you how to discover devices in here. It shows you how to create your dashboard. Make your dashboard simple give it information that you can quickly, in a glance, look and get information that you need to better troubleshoot and monitor your network. So each one of these dashboard widgets here is configurable. So like these ones here that say for top CPU utilization, you can click, if it has a wrench beside it right here, you can actually click on that wrench and you can go in here and you can modify settings. So I don't like this blue. I always like to go in here and change it to make it green. It's green's a happy color for network administrators. That means nothing's wrong. I can make it green and say okay. And now I see green for my CPU utilization, so everybody's happy. One other thing you can do is you can go up here and all these columns you can remove the columns that you don't want. So you can right click on it and say customize. And then in here you can remove all the frivolous columns that really don't apply. So like this is CPU utilization. I don't care about any of this stuff. All I care about is the percentage and the max. I don't really care about the minimum. So I'm going to apply that and say okay. And now I have actually a monitor here that I can easily look up and use. Alright, well, there are going to be several more videos about Brocade Network Advisor. I hope this video has been helpful, and thank you very much.